Tejashwi Yadav has arrived at Enforcement Directorate office, Patna zonal office, and you can clearly see that a sea of crowd supporters actually engulfs the entire locality. With Vijay Deepak, Aditya Vaibhav for India Today.
Right, so there is Aditya getting us that report from ground zero in Patna right now, where Tejashwi Yadav is in fact going to be facing questions from the Enforcement Directorate. He's reached the AD office. That's the information that we have with us, even as crowds have started to chant slogans, in fact, in his name in favor of the former Deputy Chief Minister of Bihar, Tejashwi Yadav, also had to face questioning by the Enforcement Directorate in this case. This, remember, is the EDP-MLA investigation, and they're investigating the land for jobs scam. The charge sheet, pictures on your screen of Tejashwi Yadav right now, who's in fact just reached the ED office. Yesterday it was Father Lalu Yadav, today Tejashwi Yadav. In fact, it folded hands, acknowledging all the workers of the RJD who are there to show their support to him. Tejashwi Yadav also had to enter the AD office and face the questioning. It was over 10 hours of questioning. For Lalu Yadav yesterday, it remains to be seen how long does the ED question Tejashwi Yadav and what are the questions asked of him. Greeting the workers of the RJD there. These are pictures of chaos right outside the Enforcement Directorate zonal office in Patna, where the questioning is going to start any moment now, given that Tejashwi Yadav is reached.
हमारे पास वायर हम नहीं घुस सकते. Okay. प्रवर्तन निदेशालय के दफ्तर से, पटना से, जहां तेजस्वी यादव के समर्थन में तमाम राजद नेता और कार्यकर्ता यहां जुटे हुए हैं और इनका साफ तौर पर दावा है कि तेजस्वी को राजनीतिक कारणों से फंसाने की कोशिश की जा रही है. आपको सीधी तस्वीरें हम दिखा रहे हैं पटना के इन्फोर्समेंट डायरेक्टरेट ऑफिस के बाहर से, जहां क्राउड मैनेजमेंट एक बड़ा सवाल बन गया है पटना जिला प्रशासन के लिए, और यहां जो राजद कार्यकर्ता हैं वो अपने प्रिय नेता की छवि देखने के लिए धक्का मुक्की करते हुए साफ तौर पर दिखाई दे रहे हैं. और इस बीच पटना पुलिस को काफी परेशानियों का सामना करना पड़ रहा है क्राउड मैनेजमेंट को लेकर. कैमरा पर्सन दीपक के साथ आदित्य वैभव, पटना आज तक.
Aditya getting us that ground report, and these are pictures live on your screen right now of RJD workers who were there, in fact, in a show of support and strength at the zonal office of the Enforcement Directorate in Patna, where Yadav has now appeared. Tejashwi Yadav, when as a minor received, in fact, had properties bought in his name. And what were these properties? When were these properties sold? What are the properties in his name right now? These are the questions that will be asked of Tejashwi Yadav by the Enforcement Directorate. This, remember, is an EDP-MLA investigation that is being conducted, for which Lalu Yadav was also questioned yesterday for over 10 hours, and 71 questions were asked. RJD workers there, in fact, are at the ED office, are shouting slogans in favor of Tejashwi Yadav. Many of them said that this was good work that was being done by him when the RJD was in power. However, what's happening right now is vendetta. Pictures of the workers of the RJD there on your screen right now, along with Tejashwi Yadav, who greeted the workers and then has walked into the AD office, where he's going to be facing questioning from the Enforcement Directorate. An ED-PMLA investigation in the land for jobs scam, in which the entire Yadav family has found themselves embroiled in. This comes at a time, in fact, this is an old case dated back to the time when Lalu Yadav was the railway mantri.
तेजस्वी यादव के साथ साथ ही यहाँ पहुंचा है और पहले से जो यहाँ कार्यकर्ता हैं, नेता हैं, वो मौजूद रहे ही। तो जाहिर तौर पे अब देखिए कुर्सियां लग गई हैं। थोड़ी देर में जब तेजस्वी यादव वाली तस्वीर हम उधर से तेजस्वी यादव अंदर चले जाएंगे तो दूसरी जगह जहां हम खड़े हैं हमारे कैमरे के एंगल में वो नेता भी आएंगे, जहां पूर्व मंत्री, शिक्षा मंत्री जो रहे बिहार सरकार के चंद्रशेखर, वो मौजूद हैं, दूसरे विधायक आरजेडी के मौजूद हैं, तमाम नेताओं की मौजूदगी है यहाँ पे और लगातार सबकी नजरें टिकी हुई हैं कि ईडी आखिर कितने घंटे तक पूछताछ करती है, तेजस्वी यादव कितने बजे यहाँ से निकलेंगे और जो तेजस्वी यादव हैं वो अंदर जी बिल्कुल। और कल देखिए मिसा भारती आई थी साथ में। लालू यादव की सेहत ऐसी नहीं है कि उनको अकेले छोड़ा जा सके, तो कल मिसा भारती उनके साथ आई थी और मिसा भारती तब तक बैठी रही जब तक लालू यादव से पूछताछ खत्म नहीं हुई। लालू यादव जब यहाँ से निकले तब मिसा भारती जो है वो यहाँ से साथ ही उनके गई थी। तो जाहिर तौर पे आज भी यही कमोबेश तस्वीर रहने वाली है और लगातार आरजेडी के दूसरे प्रवक्ता, नेता सभी यहाँ मौजूद हैं। हमारे साथ एजाज अहमद हैं, आरजेडी के प्रदेश प्रवक्ता हैं। एजाज साहब, आप लोगों ने बजा तक कुर्सियां लगा ली यहाँ पे और तैयारी है, जब तक तेजस्वी यादव रहेंगे, यहाँ पूछताछ होगी, तब तक आप लोग यहीं रहेंगे?
देखिए जाहिर सी बात है, हमारे नेता से
With
पूछताछ
us
चल
for the
रही
very
है।
latest on that story, Aditya. In fact, Tejashwi Yadav has now gone inside the ED office and the questioning is going to start.
बूथ करने के लिए
Well, exactly, Sneha. As far as Tejashwi Yadav is concerned, finally he has arrived and he has entered the office premises of Enforcement Directorate here in Patna, and you can clearly see that a sea of supporters is still out here, and we can expect that the way the supporters were sitting outside the entire day, the last day when Lalu Yadav was being questioned by Enforcement Directorate officials, the same way perhaps the supporters will continue to throng this particular locality until Tejashwi Yadav comes outside after his questioning. There are many questions that are being prepared and that are made ready by the Enforcement Directorate officials for Tejashwi Yadav in particular, and of course we've been given to understand he'll be questioned around the properties that were allegedly transferred on his name in connection with the much publicized land for jobs scam. Sneha, it must be informed that this is not the first time that the ED has summoned the Lalu family in connection with the scam, but then this is the first time that Tejashwi Yadav is turning up at Patna Zonal Office of Enforcement Directorate. And here you can clearly see that a sea of supporters is actually outside, and of course vehicular traffic has been obstructed, of course, by the supporters who are here chanting slogans in favor of Tejashwi Yadav, alleging political vendetta on part of the central agencies and of course the central government. Sneha.
All right.